Good morning, friend. It's Pella with Conversations with Pella. I'm Pella, and I'm away from my home, so I'm recording without all the equipment, and we're just going to see how this goes because I don't want to miss a day. First, before I go too far, I heard today that there is a proposed internet fast for August 1st through August 7th. So, even though I have set a goal to not miss a day, I likely will miss August 1st through August 7th, which also means that if you're talking to me on here, I won't know anything about it. Mostly because it's an opportunity for the world to reset the algorithm, to reset the way things happen, and rather than being part of the group that doesn't care, I would rather be part of something, just see what could possibly happen. Um, there was something I saw today. Two things that I thought I saw. I woke up and I checked the news and I thought it was kind of interesting, and I'm going to get into both of them. The first one is there was a nail tech, and I saved her name. She's on Instagram, probably on Facebook too, as han.knows.best. Han is HANH. She made a video, and I can't tell if it's a parody or, I mean, a skit, or if it's the real thing. But she said, I mean, she had a lady sit down with her, and the lady just detailed for her how she was going to be so picky about the way her nails are done. I want them to look like this. I want you to like sand them like this. I want you to do that, and I'm going to be critiquing you the whole way. And she said, you know what? I am superstitious, and I don't want to start my day with a picky customer because I feel like if I start my day this way, I'm going to have terrible customers all day. And the lady was totally offended, totally offended. So, the lady who sounded offended sounded pretty sincere, which makes me think this wasn't a skit. I think she was probably planning to just record, some of her work so that she could turn it into a video about nails. But then the customer ended up giving her enough information where she's like, "There's no way I can make this lady happy, so I'm going to pass her along to somebody else." And the lady, was so irritated and upset, and even said to her, "Well, I'm going to be just as picky with the next nail tech." And Han said, "Oh, good. Well, then lucky nail tech. Lucky for them. But it's not going to be me." And I think about that idea that sometimes we just kind of get in this mindset where it seems like the best thing that we could do is I don't mean as a service provider, but just as a consumer. Sometimes it feels like as a consumer we get to this place where we feel like the customer is always right. I think the world is shifting away from that, and I think it's shifting away from that in a big way. I've heard, what do we call them? Like people who work behind, the counter at different places. I've overheard conversations where people have said things like, "We don't want customers who are not like us," or whatever. And even though when I heard that, it didn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense if you are trying to be in business, but it does make sense from the standpoint of why would I destroy my peace to allow you to be the worst person that you feel like being today? And I think as consumers, that should be something we should take into account, because I think all of us are consumers on some level. What are we doing? What are we putting back out in the world? Are we going to places and just terrorizing people? Are we taking out all now let me say this. There are definitely times that it's like 100% justified to not feel any type of way about well, not I'm sorry, not to feel any type of way, but to not be okay with the service that you're receiving, or not be okay with the way things are playing out. But sometimes we are in a foul mood and we don't know it, or we don't clock it early enough, and it's easy to just take out all of that anger and that not so good feeling on somebody else, especially a stranger, because what are they going to do? Especially if they need you to buy from them. What are they going to do? But there is something about life that I 100% believe in, and that is what you put out always comes back to you. Always. Always. It may not come back to you in customer service, but it'll come back to you. If you are, I usually call them a poop eater, but I use other words. If you're that kind of person, you watch what comes back to you from other people. Other people will be short with you. Other people will be angry with you. Other people will be uh, impatient with you, just as you have been to somebody else. It's like you just push it down the line. You know that parable the parable of it's the story that's in scripture that talks about there was a man who's in debt, and the people he was in debt to said, hey, you owe us a great deal, you are in debt to us, we're going to give you a little bit of time to figure it out. And so then that guy goes to somebody who owes him money, and he's like, you need to pay me back right now, and pushes his way to get his money back so that he can pay back the other guy that he owes. But he's very unkind and impatient about it. And the greater debtor is watching his actions. And as he's watching, he's like, oh, that's how you're going to treat people. I gave you mercy, but you're going to be a complete and total arse. That's your plan. Well, in that case, let me return the favor and be an arse to you as well. I just think that that's what life is made of. A lot of moments where what we put out comes back to us. So I guess if I were to kind of sum this up just for today, because I'm not going to stay here long. Clearly, I'm not at home and in the studio, that my studio at home. But I would say that if you look at your life and you're getting a whole lot of not great stuff back, it's very likely that you could examine what you're putting out and find the same pattern. That's all I got to say. I'm going to catch up again with you tomorrow. I'm abroad. That's the probably the right way to say it. But while I'm abroad, just keep in mind on Tuesday, I will be back for the album release party for Kyle Prater. And it's going to be at Kiln, the Kiln location out in Provo. That's Kiln. It starts at 7:30, I believe, till 10, maybe even 7 o'clock. And we get to explore his album Evolve, where he's been, what he's been doing, and what kind of person he's become since he left the NFL and beyond. All right, if you care to join, you can find us there. Check out the Eventbrite for Evolve, a cinematic listening experience. Okay, catch you on the flip side.